Okay.
Now we are live.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to our live stream. I'm trying to get um I'm trying to see where I can get a better lighting. I don't want to use my ring light today. So this is good bread.
Sorry, that's my phone echoing. I'll sort it out.
Yeah. I got it. I just thought as much that is your phone. I don't want to use my ring light today. I hope that
Okay.
I hope is it good? I want to clean my camera. Oh yay. Wait to check what men see. What? Are you seeing me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, because my camera
Hi,
went
Liz.
off. Hi.
How are you?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
How
I'll
was
just
your
share the
day?
link. Good, good, good. My day
Okay.
was good. And yours, how have you been?
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Could you reduce your volume, please? Can we begin?
Don't understand.
What's the matter?
It does. Is it showing that we are live?
Yes, it's live. It's already 1 minute and 43 seconds in the live. We are live already.
I get it now.
I just want to send this to one or two people.
Okay. Ebika said Ebika and Greta won't join. Oh, my eyes are itching.
Okay.
106 18. Let's see.
Oh my god.
I want
Okay.
to.
Can we just carry on now? Sorry about the distraction.
Yes, I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
It's going to be for an hour. I think so.
okay. Okay, it's
Maybe an
fine.
hour and a half or an hour.
Okay. I think let's see the response, the way people respond. Then we'll take it from
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Hey, my camera is in a manner that if I'm not careful, they won't see me. Okay, this way. But
Okay.
at the same time, that's the door.
I'm instead feeling like my image is blur. It's dark.
I
You
think
see,
my
in the it's now that I'm getting the notification that I'm live. That's why I was asking you that is it showing that I'm actually live?
okay.
Using a
Okay. So
should we start or wait for
yeah,
a couple of people? We start?
we start. Yes, let me remove account from this other phone because it will be showing two same accounts.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. It's your girl Lizzie, Journey with Liz, and we have Bessy Grey of Bessy Grey YouTube channel. Hi, Auntie V. Thank you for joining our live stream. I'm so happy. At least someone who is watching has commented. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you. Hi, Amara's channel. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you. So, if you are just tuning in, we are still about to start and we are going to be looking at divorce. Why the high rate of divorce? And we are going to be talking about that. We are also going to be talking about marriages. There are other subtopics that we'll be talking about, answering the question why the high rate of divorce. And with me is Bessy Gray. She's just trying to sort out some problem. She's going to join us and introduce herself.
Might need to swap phones. I don't know if it will work, but
You want to swap phones?
yes, I'm not able to
Uh,
switch to come off this one. No, it's okay. I'll just put this. Yeah.
I'll just go. I think you can go ahead. You have the link. If you
But
have the link, you can go ahead. I'll just be talking while you join us. Thank you, Auntie V, for sharing the live stream. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Out with Chimex. Now, which kind either you take and look me, or you take and look we. Thank you for joining the live stream. We are still about to start. I'm waiting for Bessy to set up herself. So we are
yeah.
going to be talking about.
Sorry. My bad.
Yes, maybe you should go. I'm adding you now in this one. Uh,
Yeah, I think that's where the problem comes from. Okay, we're good to go. I better position this my chair up. Okay. Yeah. Hi
I think
guys, you're all welcome. Sorry.
it's okay.
Hi guys, you're all welcome to the live stream. I'm Bessy Grey with Jenny on Liz. Today we'll be talking about
Jenny,
marriage. Jenny with Liz. I said Jenny with Liz.
I had Jenny on Liz. I wanted to ask that which Jenny are you taking me to?
Liz. I said Jenny with. So we'll be talking about marriage and why people. Sorry, just I'm sorry about this.
Out with
So the
Chimex.
the
Thank you
main
so much.
topic is the main topic is divorce, but we don't want to just look at divorce like that without talking. We want to talk about divorce. Sorry?
There's an echo from your side, from your
Yes,
end.
I've done that. It's been sorted.
Okay.
Sorry. So today, as you guys have seen the topic, we are talking about divorce. Is it worth staying in a marriage or is it better off leaving the marriage? So we don't just want to dive into the divorce. So we want to begin from the process,
Married.
it begins from somewhere. We want to begin from what are the factors that would help you to
Want you to
choose.
speak in pidgin. That they'll prefer you using pidgin English than English.
Okay. Chimex, this is Lizzie's channel, but if she's happy with that, I don't mind.
Okay, it is okay. You can speak in pidgin. Or join
Okay.
or do pidgin competition now for you. Mo know who in pidgin go Harvard and who go come.
Okay. As soon as I want to hear the yarn for today now. Today, all man, they welcome. Chimex, I see you. Amara's channel, I see you. Vienna Beauty. Who else is on live? Hello
I'm
to all of you, and you're all welcome to the live stream. Today, so no, one just talk now some small story. So some story just there for corner. Well, one just ask and say, what did it happen? Way divorce rate the really high. Divorce, either I say divorce they escalate every day. One just hear her. The makojo don't come on married, the child don't bat, don't come on married. So the one find out why be says on my friend and two way they not there for the play with they so What the inside the two way then two the one only join we inside it. So now they to read out go the to read today. So I leave am for this. Make this carry on.
as Bessie don't talk. We no just want jump inside a really topo. You know, say before you want enter that place, before you want married, different thing then they way you the handle them. You know, sometimes it be should don't so you just think about, hey, I want na the kind guy, I want na the kind baby. So we'll talk about that kind thing before we go jump inside the married self, like when you did before you want big house, you get to start from the foundation, the roofing before you enter the house. So that's how we'll take the topic step to step. I hope someone understand the yarning.
No, let me ask the Yami, no, even Chimex don't confirm. Chimex already confirmed, say no, they to read the work are fine.
So
So
as
two of them ask listener say, wait till you consider that way we define your master, or wait till go be that advice where you fit give your younger self, or you fit give your picking, or you fit give some friend, wait till be that thing where you fit tell him, say make him look him if he define master, or if he tell if some person define some babes, wait till you go advise him.
before me, I want answer your question. Of course, I be Cameroonian with the answer question.
Question.
question. Before me, I want to answer a question. I want to ask you, say, that
Yes.
marriage should also look and say, I it's not the ones I want married. I want to the one where you get six pack. I want the one where you smile so well. I want you just rise and you just go. Tell me about that man will be the visualizer for your head. That man will just you should just imagine and first tell me about the person. Tell
I
us
feel
your
so.
let me just say this in pidgin. I want her to tell us about her ideal partner, the ideal partner that she had before getting married.
Okay, let me just answer that. The first thing I'll say about that is a scam. I feel like an ideal partner is a scam, but no one tells you that. Like in your head, you have celebrities that you have put them together. Say, for instance, I want Will Smith's face or Will Smith's height. Then you have like Michael Jordan's body. So I don't know if I'm making sense. There is
I
this
get.
collection of body parts or of people that you build this image in your head. And now that I am older and wiser, I tell myself it's a scam because you won't see anybody that suits your imagination. You know, even us as individuals, you sit and wish, oh, I wish I had bigger boobs. I wish. So you get it. The fact that
Mhm,
you're wishing you were this way, that means you won't see that person because it's an imaginary person. So having said that, let's forget about this imaginary person. I'll personally say look for someone that matches your goals. The first thing that I would say, if I knew when I was younger, the first thing I'll think, have we got the same goals? You
mhm,
get what I mean? So have it's like they now it's a trend. You say my purpose partner. You know, you
mhm.
don't want someone that your purpose in life, for instance, is to go to
Okay.
school, or your
Mhm,
purpose in life is to get employment. Then you have a
mhm,
husband or a partner because it hasn't gotten to a partner, a husband yet. You have a partner that they don't want you to go to work. They don't want you to go to school. Already, that's a problem because then that's a clash of of interest.
mhm,
They don't want what you want. So you want somebody that mind, in terms of mind, your orientation is kind of similar. You have
mhm,
similar path, you have similar goals, or you understand your goals. Or it's okay for you to do business. It's okay for you to go school. It's okay for you to have children. It's okay for you to not have children. When
mhm.
you go through that, I feel like, okay, you think this is something I want in my partner. You don't just assume we'll talk about it when I get married. I feel like it's very dangerous. Yes, do
Mhm.
I want to do in my head, do I want a husband or a partner that is financially stable? Yes, of course. I'm not coming to sit here and I think, no, I can deal with a broke boy. No, I cannot deal with a broke boy. I mean, broke as broke. I know we can work towards that, but I don't want to begin from scratch if I'm making sense.
Okay.
Yes, so they need to be some. You need to be promising, even if you're doing the kind of Chinex kind of ventures where he's going to see these people that, like the Soya man that he went to school. They went with the crisis, he could not continue. He went into his father's business. I'm seeing prospecting that kind of man to be a partner. I don't know if I'm making sense. Rather than
I got
thinking,
you.
I beg, I do over let me book here. I know just pick me for go join that kind of layman. Man call a layman business. Do I make sense?
Mhm, mhm,
Then you're making me to understand if things get
mhm,
rough, you cannot try something out of your way for us to be financially stable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I won't bring something on the table. I'm just trying to say those are the
mhm,
things I will look for in a
mhm,
partner. And there's no crime. It's just my preference. It's
mhm,
okay if some other person prefer someone broke. That's still okay. There's nothing wrong in that.
mhm,
Then I will want to know about that belief. So what do I mean by belief? I'm a Christian. So I
mhm.
would like someone that is a Christian.
Okay.
I'm not saying it with exception. I just cannot deal with a Muslim. I won't be able to convert to get married to a Muslim. So these are things I'm looking for a partner. So I'm not going to look for a Muslim partner. Then I'm thinking of converting because I won't convert. Then I'll be lying. So you realize that there will be an issue there.
Mhm,
I need to align it. So you need to start work towards it. It's like you're praying for God to answer something. Just give him clearly. Don't say,
mhm,
God, give me one leg, I'll manage the other half. No, just tell God that you want two legs. So define it to him. And that's how
mhm,
I feel. Yeah. So while you're praying or whatever means you're doing to get this person, I would say I'll like a Christian. I'm not thinking no anyhow. Manage how. I dey just ask God the divine thing what I want and make God just give me. So
Okay,
what would you?
I want to add to the
Okay.
point we're talking about. You spoke about the list, like you said that is just an imaginary thing. Well, I personally, I did not do that. I did not do that. But I feel like people who do that, they are just writing down. It's just for them to, to guide. It's like a guide.
Okay.
I don't think that they actually base their mind that I must get married to this person with six pack. You understand? No, let me use something really. Yes, let me just say it's like a guide. They don't actually base their mind that no, I must get married to this person. I feel like it's a guide for them. When you write something down, you're
Yeah.
working within this range of people, not like
Yeah.
I must get married to this person.
Yeah.
Vienna City said, but you can see someone who has the physical qualities you want, but then the character sucks. Exactly. That is when you are looking only at the physical character of physical character of a person, like the appearance, and we don't talk about the other character within.
Yeah.
There are two different things because you can be beautiful outside, but inside your character is something else. Welcome,
Mm-hmm.
Ebony. Welcome, Jim. Yes, it's been a really long time. So I'm going to say that concerning religion, it is very, very important to get married to someone who has the same faith as you. If
Okay.
not, in the course of the marriage, you might be having difficulties. Imagine you're getting married to a Muslim man. You already know that okay, I am not ready to convert if you're a Muslim or you're a Christian. So before
Mm-hmm.
marriage, you have to think about that. Am I willing to change my faith? And even with someone who is a Christian, there under Christianity, we have different churches. We have people who are Catholics, we have Presbyterian. You can still talk about that, like, okay, we are getting married, we want to get married. Am I willing to go to a Catholic church if my husband is a Catholic, or is he going to join me if I'm a Presbyterian? So I feel like it's not only when the both of you have two different faith. We
Religion.
talk about the church also, because
Yeah.
some people are really attached to their church in the sense that they find it difficult to leave that environment to join another church. So it's important that we also talk about that. So I personally, before I got married, I just wanted someone who has, like, someone who is driven, someone I know can actually push me.
Yeah.
Because you know yourself, at times you need someone who can give you that extra push. Someone who
Yeah.
can tell you that no, Liz, you have slept too much. Get up from that bed and go and do something. I needed
Yeah.
someone who is more pushful than me.
Yeah.
Also, someone who is family oriented, and someone who is purpose driven.
Yeah.
Yes, a, a man without a vision or a purpose, then I don't know how it's going to look like. So those are the
Mhm.
things that I wanted.
Yeah.
Thank you, Precious Milk, for joining the live stream. We are talking about why the high rate of divorce. So before we jump into that, we are just talking about marriage, and we are talking about our like ideal partners. Then we are going. In fact, we
Yeah.
have sub topics before we reach why the high
Yeah.
rate of divorce. And we
Yeah.
are going to leave in a link if anybody wants to join at any point in the conversation to share your own opinion or maybe to disagree with what we are saying. All right, Bessie.
Just for a reminder, this is a disclaimer. This is just our personal experiences in life from relative friends and the society around us. We are no marriage counselors, we are no experts. So this is just from our personal opinion, based on our personal opinion. So do not take this very serious and act on it. You need to be able to analyze things for yourself. So what I would say now, first of all, marriage, just like they say, the basic explanation of marriage, what's marriage, is just these two people. Even in the Bible, is there two people come together, they leave their family, they come and they create their own family. So like we've given these characteristics that to us, these are some of the things that we considered before getting into this relationship. And like you rightly said, sometimes these are just imagination, these are thoughts, because now we are looking at it from a distance. You've had this relationship from a distance. When you eventually get married, is something else. It's like
Yeah.
someone who signs up monogamy, sorry. And when you go
Mm-hmm.
into the house, he tells you a couple of years or even 1 year, I'm not doing a monogamy anymore. I want a second wife. It's either you go or you stay, right? So people do change. We are not forgetting that as well. So you can really get married to a decent man, but a decent woman as well. This is no disrespect to the men. You can get married to any of them, a partner who is decent, but life happens and we change. Change is the only constant thing in our lives. And as we change, you tend to realize that it affects the way we behave. It affects the way that relationship was going, and because it's affecting it, it will hamper this marriage. So like I've said already, marriage is just that union that two people come together, be it traditionally or you go and make it legal, or in Christian, whatever way. And all of us know the different forms of marriages now, be it traditional marriage, white wedding, or
Yeah.
I think Muslims wedding is still traditional, or you go to the civil wedding. So when you get married, to me now in this marriage, I feel like marriage is this embodiment of love. Anyway, that's our mind. When you think of marriage, you're just thinking, oh,
Love.
happily ever after. Ah, you just feel like you're going to have the time of your life. Then we always forget the challenges that will come. Remember, first, what's our background? We have grown in separate homes. We have different families. Our orientation is different. That's one thing that is 100% sure. Just imagine with your siblings, you fight. Then think of this other human being that grew up in a different environment, and two of you
Mm-hmm.
now are living under this roof. So while in this marriage now, a lot of things will come to play. You have to endure. You have to be patient. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
understanding. You have to be prayerful for the one that can pray.
Very important.
And not forgetting the oga kwata kwata of them all, communication. Because even
Mm-hmm.
if you pray and that communication is lacking, even God will not answer you. Because if you don't communicate even with God well, there will be an issue. Even
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing these prayers, you want to communicate it properly. The language is not the issue, but you want to communicate it in the right way. So I will say in this marriage, in as much as in our head, it's just this fantasy of, oh, happily ever after, I'll have my children, I'll do this. When you actually get there, this is where the real matter will happen. Like they say, it's not the celebration, because most people do the celebration. In fact, most of us do the celebration, not the marriage. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we are focused on the celebration.
And
We
the
are the
celebration
wedding. The thing is, we are focused on the wedding, not the marriage.
and
So
the
when you
marriage.
come now to the house, I feel like, okay, the honeymoon period is over. This is the marriage. What is it in this marriage? I feel like you need time for two of you to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you've just done a wedding. Probably
Mm-hmm.
you're indebted. You've gone into some financial struggle that you guys want to make up. This might bring some disagreement in the house, but you want to mellow it down. You want to be calm in the understanding. You want to
Mm-hmm.
talk about it properly. You don't want to rush it. One of you should be the patient one. If you realize your husband is not patient, or you realize your wife is not patient, try and be that patient one. Try and be that listening ear. Try and be that one with a calm voice that
Mm-hmm.
once things start escalating, you decide to freeze. When two people escalate, that's madness. So you want to be calm. And that's how you're communicating. Because you're calm, it's like, do they say you give answers to a deaf ears? So they're talking to you because you're deaf, you're not responding. There's no war. One person cannot fight now, one person cannot grow. Because I
Mm-hmm.
am calm, you're not going to get any fight from me.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a good way to stay in that marriage, because you want to enjoy it. You're struggling to understand yourself. You're probably from a background where maybe we've been told, when you eat, you leave the plate there for your wife to remove it. Maybe your wife is from a background where she's been told when your husband eats, he needs to take the plates to the kitchen. So you see, there's that conflict there. But where is this coming from? It's coming from our upbringing. Neither
Yes.
of them is wrong. Neither of them is wrong. I just felt like those parents grew up their children the way it was best for them. Now, this is where you need to take that leverage. This is where you need to communicate to find that understanding. I don't want to use the word house help because it's wrong. I feel like if you have an understanding, then you people can have a discussion more better. So is
Mm-hmm.
that understanding? So try and communicate properly. It will help this marriage to stay. It will help this marriage to function.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that this marriage now, if you want to enjoy it, is put your cards on the table. Finance. Finance is very important. Maybe one of us are not working. Maybe all of us are working. All of us working, is it making us not to have time? Because in as much as we want this finance now, we might have this challenges of we don't have time for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And because we don't have time for ourselves, it might become an issue. We are from a
Mm-hmm.
society where they will say, oh no, the woman should, oh no, it should be the man going to work. The woman is not supposed to go to work and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have this discussion. Is one person's finance enough for all of your problem? Is this one person's finance enough to cover your own problem? You, this person that they want you to stay at home when you have issues in your family. Let's not forget we have individual families aside this family that we
Mm-hmm.
have to assist. Emergency, are we going to be able to do that? I feel like we need to bring all of this together. When we look at it, we understand it, put it on the table. Is it worth it? Is it worth going to work, or is it better staying at home? That's it. You're in that marriage. Okay, you made this marriage. Some people, before they get married, they have that clear decision. Oh, we want 5 children, 2 children. But when you come to that marriage, now maybe when you people assess it, you have changed your plans. Five, that's not a problem. I always say just begin. Begin from number one. When you start having the first child, you continue from there. You people will have the discussion. I don't want to say, oh, it's the woman carrying the child, as we say, it's my body, I can do what I want to do. No, the
Mm-hmm.
man is putting the child. So we'll leave it at that. Just have that discussion. That is a
Mm-hmm.
way you can stay happily in that marriage and we avoid those situations. What would be your thought when it comes to marriage then?
Um, I feel like it's just for you to, you have to prepare your mind, prepare yourself in every way.
Mm-hmm.
And as I earlier said, some of those things that we write, it should serve as a guide for you to choose your partner. You don't base your mind on some of the frictions that you have written down or the imagination that you have written down. And as you talked about
Mm-hmm.
communication, I feel like everything it has to do with communication also. Because even if you're working and if the finance is there and there's lack of communication, it's
Mm-hmm.
not so good. And as you talked about the same way that you pray to God, there is supposed to be communication and everything. So you have to communicate well. And the irony, okay, I wanted to talk about this. Like, people are rushing to get married. A lot
Yeah.
of young people want to get married.
Yeah.
But my question is, how prepared are they? They want to get married. How prepared are they? Because if you see, some people rush into marriage, and
Mm-hmm.
before you get it, 2 years, 3 years, I beg, this thing don't dey tire me, eh? There
Yeah.
is more to marriage. Imagine getting up every day and seeing the same face. You're seeing the same face every day for how many years? Okay, let me see. You're 25 years. You spent 25 years with your parent. You still have about 40 years to live. You'll be staying in the same house, seeing the same face for 40 years. So
Yeah.
there is a lot inside, more than just love for me. Love is a
Yeah.
factor that you can get married to somebody, yes, but there is more to that, not just love. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be patient,
Yeah.
you have to learn to endure, you have to be tolerant, you have to be prayerful. Because even if you don't have all the or you don't have patience, you can pray to God, the Lord, please, I know that you created marriage as an institution. I know that I am not patient, and for this marriage to work, I need to be patient. I need to know how to tolerate this bad habit that my wife or my husband is showing me every morning. I need to know how to tolerate it. So you can
Yeah.
pray, and God is going to show you the way how to tolerate Him. So there's a lot to that. So I just want to say that for women who are still single and they
Mm-hmm.
are looking forward to marriage, my piece of advice is that in as much as you're preparing, you have this picture in your head that, oh, I want to get married to this rich guy with, abs, like chocolate pack, shining tooth. Make sure that you also prepare yourself for that rich guy, because the rich guy is also saying to himself that, God, I want to get married to a girl who is very intelligent, who is money smart, who is hardworking. Make sure that you're preparing yourself towards that. I don't know if you're getting the point that I'm going. What I'm trying to say
Yeah,
is like,
yeah. Like equip
yeah,
yourself. Don't just sit and you're waiting. Equip yourself as
equip
well.
yourself also. Don't just sit and you're waiting. There's so many ways that you could equip yourself. Equip yourself in every way, physically,
Mental.
spiritually, mentally. Equip yourself so that when the man comes, you will know that yes, this is actually the right one. Because the right man can come. I don't know if there's actually a right man, but your husband can come, but because you are not yet prepared, you
Yeah,
don't see him as the right person. So, in as
yeah.
much as you're waiting to get married or you're excited about marriage, you should prepare yourself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Barbara. Barbara's reality. You're welcome to the show. We are talking about divorce. Should you stay in a marriage or walk away? So we are just trying to highlight on the things that will lead to the divorce. So we are talking about qualities to look for in a partner or things you need to look out for if you want to get married. We are just talking about the marriage itself, and we'll eventually go to the divorce, some of the factors that would end up causing a divorce. So
Yeah,
like
so
you've said, okay,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
No,
No,
it's
you
okay.
was
Go ahead.
like you've said, I feel like all those things are very important. It's necessary to make a marriage to work, because it's team effort. It's not left on the man, it's not left on the woman. It's team effort. We just need to remind ourselves every now and then our purpose for getting married, our goals. We communicate the right way, try to fix it. There's nothing wrong, even if it gets at worst. We Africans, we generally don't believe in therapies and all of that. So we can look for a counselor, when it gets to that. If you don't prefer a counselor, maybe look for someone that you can talk to them. I know taking your problems to people is not always a solution, but sometimes you just need that someone who will probably just give you one or two wisdom advice that you look up to and things like that. I feel like it's necessary. So the next thing that I'll be we'll talk about. So we've spoken about the things that will make you stay happily in a marriage. And at the same time, now, while you're enjoying this marriage, some of the factors that personally I think is making this divorce rate to be really high or alarming, because we cannot deny the fact recently divorce is really escalating, not just in abroad. Even in Africa, divorce rate is really high. People are going into divorce like every day, and that's the same rate our friends too are trying to hop into the marriage good. So the first thing I want to talk about finance with some people will be a big reason for divorce. When you've seen this guy, or in your mind you had this expectation, I was going to have a luxurious life, I was going to live my life like this, and you go into this marriage, you realize things are not working out, you're struggling. Not everyone is patient, and once you lack patience, it's a big factor. You go into this marriage, yes, maybe this man had a good job, or maybe this lady had a good job, but life happened. Maybe they've lost that job, or something has happened. They are not able to meet up with their financial needs. You start struggling with some people. Because you're struggling, they might not hang around for long. They might not be patient for you guys to walk through that difficult times or challenging time and begin life at fresh. Some of them might want to walk out of it. Of course, that will lead to a divorce, but is that a solution? Each to their own. I'm not judging anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not judging anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has that preference. Everyone has that preference onto what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay if you think finance will be an issue in your relationship. If finance is an issue in your relationship and you want to walk away, I'll say, sorry, I'm just, hearing my daughter crying. If you want to walk away from the relationship, I feel like that's okay, because you first, you know your purpose, you know the reason why you went into this relationship. I cannot come and be judging you. Oh, you're divorcing this man because of finance. Likewise, I'm not advising you to leave a marriage because of finance. Like I said, we have our individual reasons why we do things, why we're in a relationship, but assess it. Financial reason is not enough for you, for me to walk out of a relationship. Let me not say for you, for me to walk out of a relationship. To me, finance won't be the key reason,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like both of us can work towards it. I've got hands now, I've got brain, I've got
Mm-hmm.
strength. So we can get something. Even if I cannot get an office job, maybe we can set up a business. We just need to begin from somewhere. And sometimes you don't need plenty of money to begin something from small. Is the effort. You just never know. God might bless that little that you've started before you know it becomes something really big. So I would say finance is not a factor. Reason why some people are getting divorced, I'll say childlessness. I don't want to use the word barren simply because the Bible says none is barren. I'll say infertility. Infertility is a good reason for some people. But you come across some husbands or some wives that won't find that an issue. They will they will just be and consume their marriage, because to them having a child is just a bonus. So with some people and our society where we come from, Africa, it's a main factor not having children. Even in-laws will join them.
Let me just add what. Let me just. Sorry for cutting you short. I just like if I don't say that, I'm going to forget. You
Yeah,
know that childlessness can be a cause of divorce when your reason for getting married is to have children,
yeah,
and then when you get married now, at that point you don't have it, so you might not see any reason for staying there. And
in the
what you were
marriage.
saying is very true. In our African society, it's like if you don't have a child when you are married, is a very big deal. It's a
Yeah,
very big deal in our African society. And to bring it down again, it's like they have specific gender. If you
oh
don't have
yeah,
a male child, your husband might, like in some tribes, they might push your husband or push you to get another wife who can
yeah,
bring forth a male child for you. And at times some women cannot, they can't see themselves like, okay, bringing in another woman, or maybe your husband or your wife having another child
yeah.
from outside just because you need a male
A
child.
male
So
child.
they'll
Yeah,
rather walk away. But as you said, it depends on the individual. If
on
you
the
feel like
individual. Yeah,
it's enough. But now I
yeah,
think there is what they call IVF and other scientific methods that are there to help people who are passing through who are trying to get pregnant. There are other methods like that. I just want to add that another thing which is causing the high rate of divorce now is when people are getting married for the wrong reason. Like I feel
yeah,
like ask a lot of people like, why did you get married? It will be difficult for someone to even tell you that, like, hey, I got married because of this. I think that's a question that if you ask people, they'll be like, which kind of question? How can I know why I'm married? I got married because I love my husband.
yeah,
I'm not saying that's why I got married. I'm just saying that for some people, it's a question that
yeah.
you ask them, they are going to like try to shun away from
Mhm.
that. But I feel like when you get married for the wrong reason, it can easily make you to want to go for a divorce. And there's getting married for the wrong reason. There are so many wrong reasons. For example, we have peer pressure from the society, peer pressure
Mm,
from your friends, their desperation. I think we should just break them down. Let me talk about the society. Peer pressure from the society. The society has made us to believe that everyone has to be married. Every woman has
mhm.
to be married. When you reach a certain age, I think that when you reach, like, is it 27? They start asking you, Asena, how far? You not get boyfriend? What are you still doing? You sit there
Yeah,
at mommy house. You never marry. You big service by now you go don't marry, so they don't born three picking them. So all of
mhm.
that, you see some women, they don't even want to have that pressure. So at the slightest opportunity when a guy proposes to them, even if they don't love the guy just because they just want to, I beg ma shut up my family, they are mob. They will accept, and in the long run they will come to realize that, hey, I didn't actually get married for the right reason. I don't think I got I feel like I was forced into this marriage. I didn't get married for the right reason. And you see them, their eyes are clear. It's like it's like, let me just take this common example. A guy goes out, gets drunk. When you're drunk, you can get a woman. You don't know how the woman looks like. And when you get up in the morning, you're like, hey, what are you doing? Who brought you
Right?
here? Who brought you to my house? What are you doing? Are you a ghost? So
Yeah.
it's like your eyes are clear in the morning. So when you get
Mm,
married for the wrong reason, as I was talking about pressure from the society of and from your family,
yeah.
in the long run, when your eyes are open, when you have become mature, yes, mature is the word. You will see like, hey, I was not supposed to do this. This is not what I wanted for my life, to get married at this age. So you
Mm,
see yourself telling the guy that, no, we have to end this now. I cannot continue in this marriage. That, yeah. You want
mm,
to add something?
yeah. Hi, Majestic 891. Hi, babes. Welcome to the live stream. Precious Meal say exactly. Some tribes focus on the male child. Such is very bad. That's very true, but unfortunately, that's what some people do. So as Lisa rightly said, some people will look at the gender, some people will look at other factors that will affect them. But I want to add as well that another thing that will really cause a divorce for some people is abuse. This one, I'm not even coding it. There's no sugarcoating that for me. For everybody, that's to everybody. I don't even want to know if that man is a billionaire. I don't care. This is not applicable to me, to everybody. You shouldn't stay in a relationship where there is abuse. I don't care the kind of abuse, be it mental, physical, psycho, any kind of abuse. Because sometimes we have been grown in a society, I'm saying we Africans, we've been grown in a society where we don't even understand abuse. I don't know if I'm making sense. Sometimes you say abuse, they say
Mm-hmm.
down and nonsense. You know, go school, they go learn words. Because we are used to the fact that you just wake up in the morning, you see a relative, your brother, your sister, your parent, irrespective of the person, see a BB head, some boboting, some fatting, some drying.
I know that I see people greeting like that, with insults. Hey, come for here, what they greet like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they do
No,
it.
that's different. If it's a friendly, if it's a casual thing that you guys have grown, you're mature. I don't know if I'm making sense. While
Okay.
you grow like that as a child, that abuse is sticks there. Lupita Nyong'o, this is an aside. She said growing up, she did not like her skin color, and she used to pray to God every night. She would wake up, look at the mirror, and she's disappointed that her color has never changed. Things like that is abuse. You've been stigmatized. Your brain, you've been brainwashed that you think your skin color is not good. So imagine if you've grown up in abuse, then you come and get married to someone you think you love them or they love you. Before now, they've been telling you, oh, that chocolate, you're beautiful. Oh, I like the chubby girls. I like the big girls. Once you get married to them, let's forget the fact that some people put on weight because they give birth. I want to put that aside. There's no
Mhm.
crime in being curvy. There's no crime in being fat. So you get married to this man in the morning when he wakes up, some fatting, some this. There's only so much you can take. That a poor family, if not be me, una for die. They're giving you these insults day in, day out. When you're eating, you eat like a pig. You eat too much. You like food. You like that. There will be a stage where you won't take it anymore. Because what's this happening to you? You're taking in. You're taking in. There will be a point now that you will realize you're losing your personality. You will think you're mad. So there will just be a point where you will not take it anymore and you tell yourself, no, I don't want to say it's lack of self-confidence, no, because sometimes people rob you of your confidence. They make you believe them. That's what abusers do.
They
They will
manipulate.
abuse you to an extent where it's as if you're headed. You're not normal. Whatever they say, you tend to believe them. You seek
Mm-hmm.
that opinion. You want them to approve you. Now you become this person that you're rushing to them for approval. Oh, do I look
Like,
nice today? Do
like
I do?
narcissist partners.
Yes, those kind of people. So if you're
Mm.
in any kind of that relationship, you don't need to stay there. This one is not me. That's a clean divorce. You don't need that kind of partner because before you know it, your self-confidence will be gone. Before you know it, you might become suicidal because you will get to a point where physically now you start abusing yourself because it's mental abuse now. You're the one hurting yourself now physically, but it's coming from that mental abuse. I don't know if I'm making sense. So
Yes,
you
you are.
don't want to get to that stage. You don't want to get to the stage where there's too much self-doubt. So if you need help, seek it. Don't listen to that nonsense that, oh, Africans don't do therapy. We are black and strong. Seek for help. Cry out. Someone might help you. That might even help your relationship. They might be doing that from an ignorant place. They might be doing that because that's all what they know. Like I said, we are from different backgrounds, then we come together. Maybe they grew up from a home where it's normal. Do I make sense? And they don't know it's wrong. So ignorantly, they are doing it. That's not an excuse. Some people will do it consciously. But I'm just saying, what if it's this person that they are doing it out of ignorance, that inflicting you all of this? You don't need to stay there. And the worst is someone that will exploit you financially. Like some of these girls that I'm using girls precisely. These women that they're in relationship where you get, that man fit marry that will work. Now that girl money the chop am. They're exploiting you financially. For how long are they going to abuse you financially? For
Mm-hmm.
how long are you going to be paying for that love? I don't want to say a man will pay for the love. Some people say it's financial abuse when it comes to sugar daddy, but I don't know much about that, so I won't talk about that. But how long do you want to be exchanging that love for money? They're exploiting you. That's an abuse. Don't stay there. It's your money. You should decide what you want to do with your finance. Don't use it to buy them over because when the money is not there, this is what I want you to know. Once that money is finished, that love will go. What happens? It ends in a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
you
and
don't want,
the worst set of abuse is mental abuse, because you just sit and you're just thinking about all the insult. I don't know, like when you were small, maybe you fail a test and your mother is going to insult you. At times you
those,
even see that it's like you're getting the insult in your brain and you start
yes,
thinking about it.
it
Then
reechoes. Yes, it
just imagine
reechoes.
in a position where you get insulted every blessed day. You can just sit one day and you just scream like a mad person because all the echo is in your mind. It's very, very horrible.
Yes.
And
Majestic says,
I feel like many people, they ignore the fact that we get mentally abused and they are focusing more on the physical abuse. Both
yes,
of
yes.
them is very dangerous. Physical abuse, you can lose your life instantly. It's very
Oh, yeah.
dangerous. Mental abuse is also dangerous. Any form of abuse, it is dangerous, and it is against your human right. You I feel like you should not sit somewhere where you are being abused and treated like a piece of shit. Meanwhile, you are not. You have your
Yeah.
self worth. You know
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh,
You
yes.
have
Oh, that's true. I'll just take a comment from Majestic 891. That's strong. Strong because we are from Africa. No, we should stop the negative energy we give each other. Me, I am afraid though. I am soft. I need to be pampered. Mental abuse is the biggest issue today. And she continues, I am soft, mean to say. Yes. And yes, mental abuse is very horrible. And the Ben, bros, I greet you. Welcome. He says mental abuse is a slow killer. And that's very true. It's a slow killer. You sit there
yes.
slowly and you're taking it for granted. I'm not saying only men abuse women.
We are
Women
looking
are
at it from
dangerous.
both
You know
sides.
our mouth now. If a woman
Both-
wants to use her mouth, you will commit suicide. You know the way we talk. If a woman wants to be insulting you every day, and you know a woman, when you do something, they will pretend as if a man will forgive you and he goes, a woman, she'll sit after 2 months, maybe her poverty is doing it, some what thing. See you. Nobody follow that girl that day. See that one, because manage marriage you. A woman can torment you with her mouth. But
yes.
because men are strong, I'm coming to this majestic point that they say Africans are strong. We have this aspect of, oh, no, you're black. And especially a man, And men are so in so many relationships where they abuse them. I don't know the statistics, but it's very common in the UK because that's a research that carrying on currently.
Mm-hmm.
And the men don't speak up. Why do men not speak up? Because we have that conception. The man too. How can they
Men are
abuse them?
so
That's our thoughts. So it stops them from speaking up. So how do you expect a man to speak up if they're being abused when already in your head you're already thinking he's a man, he's strong? So he won't speak up. As for us, the Africans, especially the women, we don't speak up because there is this tendency, especially in abroad. In Africa, I don't think it's an issue. They say we are rude. We have a tone. Normal Africa, like to shout because our environment is noisy. So people say we are loud. So because of that, sometimes you even go through abuse that you don't want to talk because then your people will say, she's rude. That's how they are. Because there is this classification, you've been classed under that. So you just sit there because people already have their say about you, how you are, what you do. But I feel like you need to be careful, just like some of the comments here. You don't
let me
want to
just
stay there.
let me just add something. I think people also sit there because you us Africans, we don't know how to sympathize with people. For example, I might have a problem and I call you, oh Bessie, I have this issue, it's really disturbing me. And your response is going to be like, is that all? If I tell
No,
you
they
my
just
own
said that.
secret, you go just don't quiet. You see, all of that is not good.
Just slap me, they slap me, now you complain. Can't sit to your mama side, they do me, they beat me, so they lock me inside cupboard, I still there. And
Mm.
sometimes you call your own relatives or even
I
your
think
husband.
I think we should do. I
You
wanted to
know,
say that we do a video of why women remain in divorce, but remain in abusive relationship, because I think that's what we're already talking about right now.
yeah, yeah. So I will personally say when it comes to abuse, don't joke with that. Don't just go. No matter what you're having from that man, don't stay there. Yes, I know you might tolerate this one. Is a silly one. I know you might tolerate. Send and Julien a link. Majestic a link. Sorry.
That's
Babes, man, send
what
you link for the other phone. Huh?
that's what I'm doing. I'm doing
Okay.
that mostly on the.
Yeah. I like to gist, so that's my baby that we gist all the time.
Ah,
So yeah, so
okay.
don't take it for granted. I would say don't take it for granted because these things are real. They're tormenting you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll torment you. This thing that I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. She understands what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because some people, you stay in that relationship in the sense that they will abuse you today, yeah. They abuse you mentally, physical, and let's not even forget there's sexual abuse in marriage. I know people
Yes,
sexual abuse in marriage. Yes, they do.
there
Then they buy
is.
you gifts. They buy you gifts and come and give you, because you don't want to go. You're thinking of that financial benefit that you're getting from this person. This person is exploiting you. They'll even beat you, drag you, throw you on the bed. They have the fantasy or whatever they want to do. You're there weeping. You come to the kitchen, you cook again, make papa small fufu and soup, he swallow, and you're there. Something on me talk with there. You have to. That's why I'll tell every woman that, like you said in the beginning, that develop yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be enough in yourself. If it's tailoring, if it's carpentering, if it's education, whatever it is, try and have something that you're bringing into this marriage. Because I feel like when you bring something into a union, there is a limit to which you can be abused. I'm not saying you can't be abused, you will be abused, but there will be a limit
There's a
because you must
limit
know yourself
because
well.
there
Yeah,
are certain things that you won't tolerate.
yeah.
Exactly. And there
Okay.
are certain
Then, yes, when you go into a relationship as well, some men are very nice. So I'm not saying some men are extremely nice. We are the ones pushing them to the wall. And I want you to understand that if you have that kind of man that wants you to develop yourself, take it as an opportunity because for some men, they cannot just cope with a woman that is not willing to develop themselves. You understand? Just imagine, I want to use Africa level. You're a minister, your wife, maybe you got married to your wife when she was doing tailoring or she finished just class 7. You have the money, you want to get the best teachers for this person to study even at home, private teaching, so they can write GC. So they should just have a little bit of qualification to become, even if it's primary school teacher. No, I don't want to do it, I won't be able. a man might not be able to cope with that because they just probably want you to be able to present yourself. You might not be able to express yourself properly, and he's got these big gatherings, he's got places that he's going to. Things like that will result to divorce. So you need to be willing in that marriage. You need to have an open mind that you want to learn. And this is where it's coming back to the fact that your purpose partner, have you got a goal? Do they support your goal? Someone that will drive you career-wise, someone that will boost you, someone that, like you said, you sit and you're lazy, the person can boost you up that. But there's this course now. Or why don't you learn baking now? Why don't you try cooking? Or why don't you monetize this stuff that you're doing, So you can have an income for yourself. Sometimes we need to remember that this income even is not for the family, it's not for your husband, it's for yourself. They just want you to have that freedom that if you want to shop, you can shop on your own. You don't necessarily need to ask them for money. I feel like it's very important.
Yes.
Hello, Kate. You're welcome to the live stream.
I wanted to talk about counseling. Do you feel like if we do a lot of premarital counseling, it's going to help to reduce the high rate of divorce nowadays? Because there is premarital counseling before getting married.
Yeah. It's not a guarantee to reduce the rate of divorce, but I would say it's very important. A lot of us don't go for marital counseling, premarital counseling. I think it's very necessary to go for it. Why is it necessary? They will not have an entire embodiment of what this marriage looks like, but they are going to give you, this is an outsider's point of view. This is an expert. We are from different homes, like I said before now. Maybe I'm from a home where they are divorced. Maybe you're from a home where parents are divorced. Maybe you're from a single parent. Maybe you're from a polygamous home. Maybe you're from a monogamous home. Whatever the component of your house. Maybe you're from a home where your mother has 10 kids for 10 husbands. Maybe your dad has 10 kids for 10 wives. If you see our brains are all messed up, we are coming from a different angle. We have different mentality. This counselor, they have a broader spectrum, they are able to just give you a general canopy on what marriage will look like, things to expect, things not to expect. They will help you to cap down your expectation, or to make you not too excited, or they just prepare you. Let's just say that preparation. It's very necessary, but now finance is another issue. Maybe some people are willing, but then they don't have that money to go.
No,
So
apart from premarital counseling from a therapist or a counselor, outside counselor, I think that in all churches
they
in
do.
Cameroon, I'm going to use
But it's
Cameroon
not for
because
long. It's
they
not for
do.
long. They do it, but it's not for long.
Really?
Yes, they do it. Some churches are very effective. They must. And
Yeah,
some churches,
I remember I had a colleague who was getting married, a deeper life Christian. I really enjoyed her counseling section. I wasn't going there, but when she would come back, you see the way she would talk about how it was. I really feel like counseling in that church is really, really effective. Now I'm
yeah.
about to talk about something else. But let
Yeah.
me just
Do you,
let me
do you know why I
ask.
said, okay. Do you know why I said it's not
No,
effective?
you
It's not effective because if you go to these other small churches, no disrespect to any church, please, they
can.
kind of, within a week, you can get married. Hi, babe.
Babe,
Supper.
hi.
Hi. So within a week, they can get married. So it just depends the church you're worshiping, where you go to, and things like that. Yeah.
All right, let me go with this lighting. How we doing?
Nothing to complain about. We are doing great. And you?
I was taking my shower and trying to listen. Can you
Okay.
hear?
Yes. Loud and clear. Yeah.
Hi, Liz. Nice to meet you.
Same here. Nice to meet you. It's good to put a face on your name.
Exactly. So we're talking about abuse.
Abusive relationship. Yeah. Why should you be in a relationship when you can leave?
Wow, good question. So I have first-hand experience in that, so I can give you. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
So it comes. I think why you stay in an abusive relationship is everybody has the time when their cup is full. The only problem is your cup should not be full when it's too late. So that everybody has what they can take. And sometimes you tell yourself, because you're from Africa, you have this particular path you must follow. I have to get married. I have to stay married. Divorce is not an option.
Oh, yes.
I must prove to not myself. I have to make other people happy. Our weddings are hardly one person, two people, like how we do out here. I see white people, they get married every day. It's just two people going to the courtyard and they get married. So it's easy to hop out of that kind of thing. With us, your grandfather's, your sister's auntie, all those people who show up at your wedding and they will preach and preach and tell you that marriage is not easy. For me, marriage is easy. I've been friends with Bethlehem for, people don't even know this. She was my school mom. She took care of me when I was in school, but we talk like we're mates. And we've been friends for over 10 years now.
It's a long time. 10 years is on that. It's a long time.
Oh, and for me, relationship is friendship. But we don't have that in Africa. Our men, a man can even court you, and during that courtship period, he's somebody else. And immediately he gets married to you, you're like, hold on a minute. Where's my boyfriend go?
Sleeping.
Where's my boyfriend go? I even want to talk more about we who are out of the country.
Yes.
So domestic violence, mental abuse is the highest thing you can ever imagine that is going on here. Everybody knows how to use the F word. Even if a man doesn't know how to rap, when he comes here, the F word is something he knows. The B word is something he knows.
Yeah.
And they will use it on you. So how did I get out of my relationship that was so toxic? When I got in, it was not the person I used to have this long distance relationship with.
Yeah.
He was
And
this
can
very...
I just say something? That's another thing.
Mhm.
She started this relationship from a distance.
So we just used to
It
visit.
was so good. Like I said, we change every day. So it was this perfect partner. Not like in Africa, she was already in this.
Yes. I don't find docu. They don't give me docu in case somebody can see that is document.
Yes, and it's not for documentation reason. She had her document already, which document is another reason why a lot of us suffer abuse in abroad. But this wasn't the case. It was based on documentation.
Free will. I say I love you. Let's get married. But now, getting into that relationship now, one-on-one, different person, practically different person. One, I'm not going to lie, I'm not the typical African woman. I'm an extrovert, I'm very open-minded, I'm intelligent, and those things, those things that were strong points were now things that he did not like. So they were not things that he wanted to see. Oh, you're too intelligent. But they coach me for team way. I think say na good thing. I think say better they will coach me say you dull. So that might I try for read. But now how do I unknow what I know? I already know what I know. Yeah. So
you're too strong. That's not how women are. And we have an opinion, unfortunately. Our crew have an opinion.
And you know what? I lost myself because I had to turn down. So you have a light, but I had to turn down that light because I don't want to overshow. If I talk so they'll talk, say I don't know. So even if I don't know, if I know something, I won't say I know it just because.
I just said something. Julien was a guidance counselor in Cameroon before she traveled.
Yeah, I was.
So she was a counselor. All of these things now, with her partner, with her husband, I think he felt intimidated. Because it all boiled down to you feel so you will know because you don't go you be so you go be counselor. So she was a counselor before traveling out of the country. But then, like they say,
what the counselor do when you come America? Everybody comes down to $9. So they see, forget even your achievement back when you come here. If Bush doesn't humble you, nothing else will. So, but our men are still very insecure. And any man who is physically violent towards you, any man who is mentally violent towards you, who insults you, where you move from, why you put your pan for year to your papa the case, your mommy not bring you up where. See, when you have that person who shifts from something like that, you need to leave.
Babes, even for Bola matter, even because of Bola we can leave.
Well, let me tell you something. Even if you know to leave your marriage, you need to leave so that you can have a break. Even when you want to pray, when you are praying in anger, there's a high chance that that prayer will not be heard because you are not saying the right things. You need clarity. So sometimes if you're experiencing some level of toxicness in your or toxicity in your relationship, leave. If you have a family member, you have a friend, take that break to have clarity. It will give your partner some time to reflect. Some people, they need to lose something before they know what they are doing wrong. So your person can, I'm like now like this, I'm talking like, see, if you talk to me a year ago, I'll not have this tone. I will be so bitter. But I've come to understand that the man had his own insecurities. So as I left, he now understood that I fit get this fine woman and lose it. So his level of thinking that maybe the next woman will have a better version of him. But just imagine that I told myself that day. And please, African women, love yourself. See, I passed in the mirror one day and I was like, hold on a minute. This is not me. I think I need to leave. And once I left, that was the best decision. Everything has been moving. It was not an automatic switch, but it moved from one place to the other. You can make it, even if you have a child. I left one with my son. My son was, how old was he? Was one?
1+.
1+. I left.
About
Yeah.
15 months. I think it was
Yes.
about 15 months.
And for me, it's better for you to be in a place where even if your child doesn't have both parents, but your parents can be civil. But to have a child grow up in a toxic environment, these things sticks. Before you know, your child will start fighting in school because that's what he sees.
Yeah.
So for me, domestic.
I wanted to ask a question, but it's okay for you to pass it. It's okay for you to skip the question if it's too personal, because
Sure.
the question is, there are so many women who actually want to leave an abusive relationship, but I feel like they don't know how to do it, especially those who already have children in the relationship, or those who will sit and they'll like, oh, I have a big wedding. How do I cope with telling people that the marriage is over? I'm walking away empty-handed, all of that. So my question is, I don't know if you could just throw us a little tips or a little how you left the relationship based on the fact that you have a son. I think you said, is it 15 months? I think I
Yeah.
heard Bessie saying
15
15
months.
months.
Yes. It was,
I don't know if
it was
it's
about
okay
15,
to
14
answer
months. It wasn't more than that.
Yeah, he was just like 13 months. He was slightly above his 1 year birthday, I think.
Yeah.
So how do you live? The first thing I want Africans to know, those people who attended your wedding, they're in their own homes, they don't give two F's about you. They don't really care about you. That's the truth. You cannot live your life, and there's something called shame. What was in the news last time? Let me see who was in the news last time. Let's just pick something. Who was in the news? Something was in the news about. Let's pick an African star. What they call this girl? Askia.
Chacha.
Askia. Or who? Who did you say?
Okay. Because Chacha was also in an abusive relationship from what she said, but
Oh,
then
I want to say somebody who was in the news. Okay, there was one time they said Cindy they took a boat. I'm just trying to say something that
yeah,
your name
yeah,
will be on the news today, and
yeah.
next tomorrow will be
Tomorrow.
someone else. Don't fear what people will say, and it's okay. Like now, we'll talk about the thing. I run my marriage. I laugh. We can laugh about it. Don't. We are too glued on what people say. We are too glued about. How about yourself? When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you happy? What is the need to go and snap pictures and show on social media that you are happy? Whereas when you get home, people are sleeping in two different rooms. You guys are barely talking. You can't even crack jokes. Because I knew the difference between, I've been in a sweet relationship before, and I knew that this was not it. And I knew that I will not be able to do this for the rest of my life. So I'll rather, instead of spending 5 more years trying to prove a point, it's rather that I jump out now. Now, with the aspect of having kids, I touched on the fact that what people will say. No, you don't have to think about what people will say. Being abroad even teaches you something else. It teaches you that we are all individuals. I don't know my neighbor, he doesn't know me. There's no man, no man for you. And even if they talk about you tomorrow, you will be a different person. No care about such things. Care about put yourself first. Women need to start thinking about themselves. And you know what? Put yourself before your kids. If you don't put yourself before your kids, they will not have anybody.
Yeah.
You die. and your child will be raised by one funny person, and your child will not even have a good life. But if you think about yourself that, hey, where I am, I don't care whether this became go Bessy Papa, but me, I have to live first.
Yeah.
They will sort it out. Yes, after everything will blend. Yes, after I will send him to his dad to say, hey, go spend some time. They go fix him. His father can tell him whatever. The only thing I know is that I had to leave at that time so that we can be civil. I for fit vex on day even take bottle broke or take knife chuki for night. It could be anything. Me say my demons could come up and make me to do something foolish. So people don't have to wait until it's too bad. Then they start to they start thinking about what people will say. And then the second part that you asked, what did you ask in? You talked about how will you live when you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
God doesn't put you somewhere that he cannot take you out of. This thing of having kids, we are coming. The good thing is that we're coming from a community where I don't care what people think. There are good people out here. It must not be African. Cry for help. Nobody, don't be in a place where you are dying. Because when you are dead, this girl died in Maryland. She was dead, and everybody is now saying, how did girl go do live and made a BT? So see, they were one man we married her. Now we are talking because she's dead.
Yeah.
If she would have cried for help, somebody would have helped her, even with that, with those children. So there's help out there. There's first of all, if you are abroad and you're going to a toxic relationship, there are counseling facilities. Don't die there. And me, I'm not strong. Oh, I'm not strong. Please, I need to be pampered. Baby girl for life. I need to be pampered. Nobody should come and see.
Why are you there?
No, I have to
Why
speak
yeah,
the
that's
truth.
a girl like you. I'll just take some comments. Kate says hello. You know Kate, right?
Yeah. Hey, Kate. Yes,
Yes.
Kate from Baptist. Yes. Hi.
Yeah, Kate from Baptist says hello. Della Delassi, my petit say, obviously, no, at least I'm not talking to you before you feel important. I'm talking to Marjo. Kate says self-love is everything. Happy you're fine, sis. That's Kate talking to you, Marjo. Nodine Kongolo, your happiness matters. I applaud you for taking a bold step and moving on. We all deserve to be happy. Your mental health is very important. And can I just add something? Don't look for some excuses that is not yet time. If you know the time that this my child left, it's not this play pandemic. In the heart of pandemic, COVID
Was
was in the heart. And when she
people were
called me, I
dying
said,
like
in this
fowls. Oh
pandemic,
God.
I said, "Babe, stay." I said, this pandemic, she said, I've had enough. I'm going. So don't use an excuse. Imagine pandemic when people were not even traveling. She doesn't live in that state. She had to travel.
Yeah.
She did not care where she was going to spend the night with that child. It was in the heart. Maybe April was in the heart of pandemic.
Yeah.
So when you know your cup is full, our cups will get full at different times. Once you know it's that time, please don't stay there.
Yeah. And I'm a better
You
version
will
of
not hear
myself.
voices in your head before you know you're suicidal. You
Yeah.
don't want to get
The,
to that
the
stage
good
because
thing the
that's
good thing is that since because I've been a counselor before, I know that I'm not completely void of error. I know that I played a part. I have my own errors, and I had to live at that time so that I will not regret. We women, we need to love ourselves first before our partners. If you love yourself,
you'll be able to give love.
yes, you'll be able to give love better. And one time, I remember my ex-husband said, other people they talk say, my man talk say, I never ever hear you talk say, my man talk say.
Now you go kill them one day.
And then I said, how would you know that I say that? Because when they're saying that, definitely their husbands are not there. So how will you know that I don't call your name there? It's just because somebody looks for fault even where there's no fault.
Mm-hmm.
And our men is so sad. I can only talk about what I know. I've seen my white friends how they love. It's like friendship. Our men is like a dictatorship.
Mm-hmm.
If a man cooks that day, he has done what Napoleon left undone.
You
You
don't
see
try
about,
go last night. You disgrace.
oh my God.
Worry picking say allow you up and down. Wait, don't do job.
So it's and we have to transition. Our men don't want to transition. When you move abroad, you know the again that we will be get house help. We don't have them. You get for they were at get for pick picking or they do a double shift. You get for cook. I know if you come for house, you watch football or you watch this. Like it should come and those things we women we are good at doing it. The day we don't do it one time, 99 days that you feel do and but one day when you fail for do that thing, they will climb on top of your head. So
But
if
let's also appreciate the men when they do it. I think it's
yes,
very
no, I
important.
do. I totally agree. We have to appreciate them.
Appreciate them when they do it.
Yes, but please, when you see the warning signs of, there's one thing I wanted to say when I got on the call. Abusive relationships, it starts gradually. It doesn't go into fighting immediately. It starts gradually. They first start by yelling, insults, aggressive tendencies where somebody is moving towards you and threatening you or
Yeah,
using something, I will hit you. It starts like that before it gets to that point where they're actually hitting you or banging your head against the wall.
yeah,
So please, you don't need to get, it doesn't need to get to that point where you're dying.
yes,
Once you start seeing those things, you need to tell your partner, maybe we need to go for counseling. We need to talk about this. I don't like the way you agitate when you're angry.
yeah.
So self-love, we need to love ourselves, and I can speak about this because I've been through it, and every woman should know when to leave. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Hi,
let me just
Gifty.
what you
I'm
are saying.
sorry, I forgot sending Gifty the link. I'm sorry.
I also feel like we should be ready to support those who are willing to leave the relationship, because I from what I'm just like what I'm just seeing is like you have a lot of support. People were there to support you, because there are people who want to leave, but lack of support from family, from friends, they just feel like they are stranded. They have nowhere to go. If they
Okay.
leave now, what they don't have anywhere to go, they will not have anybody to
Tell
talk
you,
to, so they will just stay there. So
I
we
was
should learn to support the decisions that people are going to make. If anyone is in an abusive relationship, be it your friend or your whosoever, and the person is telling you that, oh boy, I'm walking away, you
yeah.
should encourage the person, and give the person your support at that moment. Don't try to make the person to see a reason to stay when he or she has told you that this is what I'm going through, and I feel like it's killing me. We should learn to to support
We should
people,
learn to
to
support.
support
And
their
please, when
decision.
they get married, some people when they get married, they throw their friends. I don't know how.
Yeah,
To so sometimes we women we isolate ourselves.
yeah.
Get married, you don't call your sister that you used to call. Your best friend, you don't call. Now it's all about my man, my man. So who do you want to run to when you have a problem? We
That's
should have
it.
balance. We should have a balance in life. You should have
Yeah,
family. You should not be so absorbed because you have a child. You're forgetting that you had friends, single friends for that matter. Now that
Mm-hmm.
you are married, you're claiming that you're associating only with those who are married. Those who are married and happily married, they might not have that time to check on you. They too are in honeymoon, Hawaii, they're going to Florida or whatever. So at the end of the day, we too will cause those problems. We should have a balance.
yeah.
We should have a balance. I have some people who got married, they don't call me again. When I got married, they started calling me. I said, "But don't call me. Oh."
What if they're the one that ran away from you because you are married?
There's that. I don't know. Besem, you tell me because
Marjorie is not that kind of person,
ah
except he's not getting your vibe.
man,
Because there's one thing to be in our
No,
crew, you have to
I'm not
be there.
referring to her. It was just a general. I was just trying something general, that like what she said, that
exactly.
not don't avoid your single friend when you're married. So I'm like, but there's some cases that they are the ones who are avoiding you because you're married.
Yeah,
I know of people who have told me that, hey, I don't longer call you again because I know you're married. I'm like, being married doesn't mean that you should not call me. You can call me if I'm occupied. I'm going to tell you that, hey, I'll call you later. I have my friends who have written to me like that. I'm like, what's happening? You don't even check on me again. They tell me that, no, I don't check on you often because I know you're married. I'm like,
oh, they probably don't want to disturb you. That's all.
Do you call them? Say, Abeko, please, oh,
Yeah,
I'm not in the military regime here. Please, can you, you know, you can break
check
the
on
ice.
me.
You know, you can
that's
break the ice. Yeah.
Kate says, Mama talk say wonderful thing. And those are those people. And Mama talk say, I bet I no go fit here. The wait my lighting is poor. At the wait me my man come. And if you go the place, no, I no fit come on me. And my man talk say, I no fit
Try
go.
no. So boy, you say we are too
Wow.
different from me. Me, I'll run away if I'm a single friend. I'll run away.
So yeah, I think it's just as you rightly said, let's check on our friends, try to help them. But sometimes the thing is, we remain in abusive relationship because when I come and tell you my thing, you take it and you tell the next person.
Mm.
You get it. So I'm
Yeah.
not able to share my things with you because I don't trust you. You're taking it all over the place. You're mocking at me. See that one? You were rushing to get married. You think marriage is biscuit. Now it's more than you because I'm afraid to be judged. You're already
Mhm.
judging me. I want to talk to you. You don't want to listen to me. You're just talking over me. And sometimes there are our own parents, your mom will tell you. I know a situation where someone said, if I tell you what I went through with your father, you won't complain about your marriage.
Yeah.
Hang on. You took it, not me. And I just feel like every parent, this is not about a girl child, every parent should grow their child in a way that they're very confident. Be comfortable in yourself. To me, I don't pass level say somebody fine. No, no man, no fine. It's how you carry yourself. At the same time, there's no ugly person. This one is not because of camera. I don't see ugliness in anybody
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because I'm at that headspace where I feel like everyone is enough, except you do something that I think you're not enough. Be confident in you. Just trust your process. Don't compete with those around you. Don't see because they're doing what is that thing that you always say, social media to match, complain on IG. If your partner doesn't like that, it's okay.
Mhm.
You must not put bay on status. Low key, live your life the way you're living your life. If you don't do post, check up, cheese, kiss, no, don't force it. Live your life, legit life. Just be legit. Don't think of what A is doing, B is doing, but they always go for weekend now. They travel to this country, they go here. So what? Were you married the same day? And even if, do you know their pockets? Do you know their plans? Don't worry
You,
about them.
you know,
Just be genuine.
being married is an achievement where we come from. Being
100%. So
married,
that's the reason to get married, even.
being married is an achievement. So you could even see the red flags, eh? Your husband could even fight your brother on your engagement night or the day of your traditional wedding, and you still move on the next day and go and have that court wedding and church wedding. Because
Yeah.
achievement, if you don't marry that man, they say the ratio is what 10 to 1 or it's 1 to 10. So if I don't catch if I don't catch this one, another person will take this one and I will not get
Yeah. Yeah.
we
Uh,
women. Yes, go ahead.
no, I wanted to just add to the ratio factor you spoke about. There's something also about the age factor. Like
Yes,
it's like the
then now.
woman, if you get to a certain age, it's difficult for you to have a husband.
So you have to condone.
So my aunt recently got engaged. She's 53.
Oh, yeah.
Got engaged. What's the how many carats is that her diamond ring? 7 carats. Very expensive. She got married to a sweet gentleman. She's getting married to a sweet gentleman, and she's 53 and she's getting married. And for me,
Age no be factor.
um, say Ipe doesn't have a child, and if she doesn't have a child before she dies, it will not make her less of who she is.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a child, it will not make me less of who I am. Your purpose is your purpose. You cannot keep taking the fact that I'm 30, I'm 35, no child, no husband. Put your mind on those other things. Maybe God has called you to be an auntie to the best nephew or nieces around, to be a mother to somebody who doesn't have. Maybe God has called you to be a motivational speaker to lift people when they're down. You never know until you find your purpose, but you keep trying to fit into the fact that I must be married and I must have kids. So you keep hopping from one bad relationship to the next until you force even the one that you know, this man that he doesn't even brush his teeth in the morning and uses this same mouth to insult me.
Okay.
Still stay there. And I still stay there because I must be married. I have to prove a point to my village people. I have to prove a point to my friends. For me, I think we're really having it all wrong. People are living a very genuine life out here where they find their purpose and they deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I think. And again, I know the stereotype African woman. When I talk now, you're too intelligent. Sha. So I've said my own.
Where Mola?
Welcome, Beyonce BBTV. Yes, exactly. Gifty age is just a number, so we should not pressurize ourselves. Don't feel pressurized. Don't feel threatened if you have reached 27 and you're not yet married. You have friends who are married, so don't feel pressurized. Even if you're 30, 35, your junior siblings are getting married, you're not yet married. Don't feel pressurized. Don't
That's the
pressure
point. Your genius. Once your genius are getting married, you start feeling like, I need to make fast. All my genius are getting married. Yeah, that's the point.
I don't know why we even forgot that point. That's something that is really typical of us in Africa. You even
Yeah.
see there are families where they will tell you, oh, your junior sister, you cannot get married before your elder sister. I have a friend
Yes, yes,
who was supposed to, who is getting married. Oh, not supposed, who is getting married, and she told me that, oh, she's having issues, that her uncles are doing her like that because they are saying that her elder sisters are not yet married. So she has to wait for her elder sisters to get married. But anyway, luckily enough, um, they bypassed the tradition and she got married. So all of those things is not good. That things are pressurizing people. Imagine that situation now. Your sister is like, okay, let me get married because I don't want to be the one who is going to block my junior sister's blessings. I don't want to be the one who is
Can
going
I
to.
just can I just cut you short? Can I just cut you short, please? I don't know if it's still existing, but I cannot quote. I grew around Nigeria, and there's actually a tribe in Nigeria that does that. What will happen is they will get you an elderly man because your younger sister now cannot get married before you. I don't
Mhm,
know if it's still existing. So because of that now, they'll look for this elderly man. You know this kind of marriage that they just dash you the husband. They will just look for
mhm.
that elderly man now for you to get married so your younger sister can carry on with us.
So I'm
Yeah.
not understanding the purpose now. Is it that marriage is not like two
I,
people coming together? Is
no,
it more like
I think they have things like, we have certain beliefs. Maybe it's like a curse. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like if she gets married before this person, this thing can happen. Those traditions that,
Yeah, it
yes,
might be difficult for your big sister now to get married because the junior ones
yes,
are already getting married. As an elder
yes,
sister, you're supposed to be the one to set the example for your junior
yes.
ones to follow. So it's not good for them to go ahead of you while you are not yet married. All of that.
Yes.
wow?
So they betrothed you to someone elderly, then they
So when
proceed
you
now
get
with
into that marriage now, you get into that marriage just for the sake of having kids. You know nothing about this person.
I don't really think it's important. The important thing is they have made whatever curse or whatever law that will affect this younger person or that family if they
Not
get
yeah.
married. So they will try to bypass that. So I'll just take some comments. Hi, Evita. Evita says, preach on, Marjorie, preach on wisdom. Gifty says, we live once, our happiness is very important. So Kate is just acknowledging Aseo, and it's very true. We just live on. BBTV says thumbs up. Done. So yeah, I feel like we really, really need to know our purpose. It doesn't matter. My younger sister got married well before me. My younger sister had a child well before me. My younger sister graduated uni well before me. My younger sister had advanced level well before me. So it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just kind of used to.
That advanced level, what do you take and do now? What do you do with that?
Ah, Shebi, I know why the specific except day. How they take help me for here?
I
So
feel
sometimes
I feel
you
like
need
if
to
we take this narrative, if we go back to Cameroon, just take it that we go to to Malingo and hold a conference, a women's empowerment conference. I think they're going to chase us because all what we're going to be saying,
see.
we're going to be chased
Girls,
out because we're coming from a society where women know that there's suffering. Suffering is our last name. Endurance. And please,
yeah,
I'm not kicking out. I've suffered though. I know even in this country, it's not easy. Nothing comes easy. But
not
there's
at
some
all.
kind of endurance that you do it with love. You do it with you're enjoying because you know there's an end goal. But that kind of endurance that you're doing it to please people, me, I'm not there. And I know that when I attempt to get married again, it will be it will be more
Whisper,
of
whisper. Are you saying something?
shut up.
I bet you were. It's just like you're
I,
alive. It's not WhatsApp chat that you're doing here. So you say
You are my problem. I'm saying that when I attempt. Hi. Hi.
Mola,
No, don't can't give me socks. Me, wait. Actually, now don't tell my man. If you put on your socks, okay. All right.
but um you
yes.
she went out. I wanted her to give us her last word before she went. Um, all right, I think we'll be rounding up in about 10 minutes. I think we'll be running up in 10 minutes. Speaking of which, consider your priorities in life before deciding on marriage. Make sure you are both on the same page about each other's career goals as well as personal achievements and experience. Exactly. Yes, we spoke about that at the start of the live when we spoke about before getting married. You
Things
should
to
think about
consider.
certain things, developing yourself. I no want any husband that they dash me, oh.
No, I'm serious. This used to happen in Nigeria, just that I don't know the tribe precisely, where it's like you cannot get married before your younger sister. So they'll give you a husband, an elderly man in the village. You get married to this elderly man. Yeah.
So we'll be running up in about 5 minutes. We'll be running up in 5 minutes. If anybody has any question, let us know in the comment section before we say our last words and we round up. I want to thank Majesty. Sorry, I forgot her real
Her name
name.
is Julien, or if not her Maju, her name is Julien.
Thank you, Maju, so
Yeah, so
much
she
for your
gets her for
contribution.
Napapiri.
About yeah, Juliet, I just read the name. Thank you, Marge,
Napa.
so much for your contribution. I believe and I hope that people are going to rewatch this particular live so that they are going to learn a lot from your experience. As you guys saw, she's very, very happy, and you know, don't sit somewhere and you kill yourself for nothing. Meanwhile, there is a lot of happiness. You'll find a lot of happiness if you leave that relationship. If you're going through any tough time, talk to people. Don't sit and die in pleasant. If there's one thing, if there are three things you take out from this life is don't be a people pleaser. Think about yourself. Put yourself in a position. Even if you have children and you're in a relationship that is abusive or is not working, think about yourself. Because if you're not there in the future, the people the concern that you have now for that child, who is going to take care of that child? So put yourself in a position where you can be there in the future for your son or for your children. If you're in a
Mhm.
relationship that is abusive, think about yourself.
But your mind now, you be pro and you just pass your mind. Yeah.
We have a guest. I think she's coming back. Yay.
Hey,
Ah,
Evika, may not be said Evika na some petit for school, but don't crack your head to yeah, Julian was in Baptist boy too. But not sure Evika actually can Baptist one come out.
you guys she knows you
Yes,
from
Evika, she was in Baptist.
Erika, if I be
what
crack
am
you,
I
I be sorry. Oh.
No,
Sorry, guys.
I'm
Evika actually can school one come out, eh? Naturally, petit way can one come out. If not, it be that be.
Yeah, but she was very mature. I remember her very well. She was very calm
So
and
familiar. They let's say na Karin, the classmate. You know that my petit no, that Niger picking is Zura Karin. I
this
think
day
I
she just be calling her pities their name anyhow.
pay number 2 4 petit. So I'm not sure I don't crack Evika for school.
Sorry, guys.
That was very nice.
A
Very nice.
I'm
Not
an
like
astrobation also. What are you guys saying?
no,
I'll be asking
not like I'm
questions.
just saying it now. And Kate told you even before now.
yeah,
When
na
Kate saw me
subeshan.
online. No, she's not. Who died? The kind boring alphabet.
Now who asobek? Me I be careful for yes.
I doubt that. I doubt that story.
As a
Why
big
is she back
no.
to begin with? No, there.
I doubt that story.
Evika, so you know, cracky.
Good to know. But I think
Like,
I was not that kind of
that
person.
doesn't know Kate as well. Sorry now that it's become Baptist Forum. Anyway, you said your life will be finishing in 5 minutes. Yeah, I said it is Karin's classmate, and I told you once that Evika seems to be my petite classmate.
Nice. I
I'm
think
a
she
good,
was, she
I'm
was
a
super
good
okay.
beacon.
All of us were in Baptist now. That
No,
Ibika
no,
was
no. I'm a good big to be honest. Just ask anybody from Baptist. Just say it in your
Yeah,
tapopo. They will
and
tell you.
I think I'm really friendly. So when it came to being in a senior class, I don't think I really had that issue of trying to beat kids. Or I'm not wired that way, so I couldn't force it. And
When I offer training to one way I say you Chris, and then come on you become slap you. Something to worry you.
see, against popular demand, people think I'm very tough, but I soft. The way I like to cuddle, the way I like petting. Ah man, people don't understand. So Anyways, it was nice talking to you, ladies.
Oh, Karin
I
has
hope that I
joined the
touched
live.
someone
Karin
out.
Taylor has joined the live.
That's
Hi,
good.
Karen. Welcome to the live stream. We are actually, in fact, the live stream
Just
now we are
just
just
chatting
having
now.
fun. We're just having fun now because we already finished the live stream, and it was really an interesting one. We talked about divorce, we talked about marriage, like things you should consider before getting a partner. And then we had Maju who shared us her experience in her past relationship. She shared her experience with us, and from my experience, you're going to learn a lot about how you can move away from an abusive relationship. And yeah, that's what we talked about. We are just having fun now. Seriously.
You see, even your friend is on your because say Liz, you know be asobeshan. I beg, leave it for us. Because if you send your channel, if we still block you, we'll carry on. Oh, gamen you yeah.
Right. Look at me.
Oh, Kate says Maju, you be very soft and sweet picking.
Yeah, I think I'm soft. Whoever thinks that I'm strong, I'm not. Please, I beg. If you think that your
Are
brother
you,
will be good,
are you not hearing from her voice how she's speaking so soft?
Leave that thing small for idea.
Very soft. Not be this makoro girl for me the yellow no on yellow blouse and
this one,
rasta.
you want to go for
Fun fact, Maju can testify. I don't think Kate can really testify because I wasn't very close to Kate, but I knew Kate. She's calm.
this one?
Guys in my class did not like me because they said I stopped Petis from dating them.
Yeah, I think Besem is a chameleon. The thing is, she has.
If
I
you
used to
like,
tell them, like them, I used to tell them, Master, the boys, they can't go, you be, they will leave una. Una not follow the boys, them, better una follow una classmate. My classmate, they became neck, they hate me very badly.
No.
so you be that kind grandson where if you block your petty cell and say no, don't go out with this guy, go
No,
back.
oh, no, Maju will tell you, I be that kind of grandson where I dey tell you, hold her, bring red, yellow, ask them, and not be ever, my petty, they be back to data at this square. I begin to tell you, Hamburg petty said, for campus. They dey from one day follow.
Man. For one, what did I
So
know
I
for my
dey
left for
only
my
just
right?
advise them. You don't come out your house, you get your opinion, you understand? I dey tell you things the way you know if you do them at that age. I'm that kind of opinion. I know the pretend say, hey, they don't do this till you get married. No, 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 no. And that's why most of my petis till now, I mean like petis that I had them from one till now we communicate. We communicate as friends. No be senior,
Okay,
junior, like really good friends. We have really good chat.
that's
Because I'll
nice.
just tell you the truth. Yes, I don't tell you that no, if you touch boy, go get belly. No, 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 no. We dey talk proper talk.
We talk about contraceptives. In fact, when you talk about contraceptives on this phone, please involve me. I'll come back.
On
Okay.
Wednesday, I'll invite you on Wednesday. So that's just me. Yeah, I just like
No,
to call it
your
a
life
day.
on Wednesday is about
Yes,
contraceptive.
Oh, for real?
fertility,
Yes.
contraceptives, fertility, and gender.
Is it
Okay.
gender is contraction something like that? I'm not forgetting.
Postpartum. So it's fertility, postpartum.
Yes,
My brain
that would
don't
be a good
delete.
topic to talk about. And
My brain don't delete.
So I don't know if you have any last word for anybody who is watching and is going through an abusive relationship.
I would just tell them that try and have a friend around, like Maju said, that don't just isolate yourself, don't leave your friends, because sometimes I think in one of your lives I've said that, okay, I think they do we're talking about besties, and I did mention that sometimes when your husband is that best friend, you might not see through them when they're abusing you. Is this friend on the side that might say, boo, you not look good though, you not look happy, something is going on that you're not telling me, something is wrong. Please, in as much as you're in a marriage, in as much as you're in a relationship, you don't want to invite this third party. Personally, I feel like it's necessary to have these friends around. I'm not saying you have to tell me your everything if you don't tell your everything. Some people are very conserved. They don't say the things. If you have that kind of friend, it's okay to know that they don't say that things, but just have a watchful eye. Are they having black eyes? Are they having bruises that you think is not normal? Are they withdrawn from the normal calm people? try and see through them. And if you have a friend that is talking like me, that I like to talk, because anything that is happening me, I just talk it. It's not like I talk like a madman. I talk to my friends. And you realize that I have withdrawn. I have reduced the rate at which I'm saying those my things to you. Draw my attention. Maybe just try to tell me, oh, babes, you used to, these days I don't even hear you. You don't text me, you don't call me, you don't tell me silly things, because I'm very silly. We say a lot of silly things. Try and just check with me if it's that I'm sick or something is wrong. You get it?
Yes.
That's what I would say. So in as much as the calm ones that will not want to share and the oversharers, and even when this oversharer is not sharing again, it might be a sign that something is wrong. Try and check with them. I've not said just go in there and throw it. Try to find a way, a comfortable time, a suitable place that you can just try and have a little chat. What's happening? Is it maturity, or is it is it that time of the month you're withdrawn for a period of so I've noticed, just try to tell them something. Or have they suddenly developed a habit that they are just spending anyhow, or they are just talking anyhow, or they are doing something out of character, you know it might be a sign of something. I would say try and reach out to them. Even if they don't reach out to you, try and reach out to them. Don't force them, let them talk when they are ready to talk to you. But just reassure them that you have a listening ear, you're willing to listen. Any time of the day, if you think it's too late, if you think it's too early, you're uncomfortable to call me, please just drop a message. I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay.
That'll be my last word.
So for me,
Who said it's your last word?
so for me, I have two things. The first thing is that there's no. I'm talking to whoever is going through a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship. There's no shame. And there's no shame in living a toxic relationship. Nobody knows your story more than you, and you are accountable to yourself first before any other person. And then to those who are your family, it's better to receive a daughter, a friend, a sister back home than to receive a corpse. Open your arms, let them in, and we come from a society where people want to be too nosy. If somebody is from that kind of situation, let them in, let them feel safe. They will open up when it's time. In my situation, the kind of support I receive, I when I came back home, I never talked about my relationship for like a month until one day we were just having fun drinking, and then that thing came out, and I told them everything that happened. And I told them from a place where it was like, let's have this conversation once, and that will be it. We're not talking about it again. So let the person need safety, let the person come back home. It's better for you to, and don't judge them. Just let them feel safe. So if you're in a relationship and it's toxic, there's no shame. There's no shame. Yeah.
Okay. My last word is going to go to single ladies out there who want to get married. I'm just going to tell you guys that in as much as you're excited about getting married, I want you to prepare yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. And also, don't compromise your standards for anything. And when you stand for nothing, know that when you stand for nothing, know that you will fall for everything. So you should have your standard and don't compromise for anything. Don't compromise yourself. Yeah, I think that's going to be my last word. Anyone you want
I like
to
that last part. Don't stand for nothing. Don't stand for nothing because you stand for everything.
when you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything.
You fall for everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I want Will Smith, I should just focus on Will Smith before I come and have a short person like Kevin Hart.
You're taking it literally, my friend. you're,
You
taking
block me, eh?
you're taking it literally.
You go block me, eh?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true though. That's true. And there's one thing I remember that I wanted to say was that most of the time we women are more prepared for marriage and the men are not. Especially up here.
Okay.
The men are prepared financially, I get money, I want marry. But to be a
Okay.
husband, to be a partner,
Thank you. That's something we haven't spoken about.
they are
We
not
haven't
ready.
spoken about the fact that we've just spoken about marriage. We haven't spoken about the fact of being a wife or a husband.
And compromise.
That's something else.
Compromise. Since a man is financially ready to get married, but not emotionally ready and mentally ready to share his ideas, to share home, to share authority. That's where we keep having problems. I
You
know
just brought something into my mind that I don't know why they're always telling the women to prepare for marriage. I really don't know why this. I don't know, but it's always like, yeah, you never prepare for marriage, but they don't say it to the men actually. It's like when the man has money, as you say, the man is to get married. That's a topic on its own. Bessie, we should work on that. I
yeah.
think we
Yeah.
should work.
Once he wakes up from sleep, he
And men
cries.
and men need a lot of mentorship. And this, we are not even from Africa. We have more men who have fathers than out here. If you see the Black American community out here, there are many men who have no fathers. But in Africa, I think we have men have fathers in Africa more than here. So it's just coming from a place of your father not really being a mentor because he doesn't even know what to do. So our fathers don't even know how to mentor the young men into becoming a partner because they were already in that era where Papa talks say, Papa don't talk say, and that's it. So our men too, they don't know what it means to be a selfless partner to their. It really takes a man who is open-minded to have a successful marriage in this our day. I tell you, yeah.
I think Bessie mentioned this, like also your environment also plays that what you see at home, that's what you also carry into your marriage.
True.
If you see your father eating and leaving the plate there, you are just going to carry that habit into your marriage. That no, my mother does leave the plate when my father eats, or my father leaves the plate there. You're going to carry it. But I feel like before even getting married, you set your standard. Set the standard in your home. The people you are entering inside. Make your make your rules because rules can be broken down. Don't say make rules, like just set your standard, what you want, say it the way it is. For example, like when I was working with my husband, my mother-in-law told me that as soon as you go stay now, don't say anything gonna start and now so if you continue. Even if it's something wey you don't like saying now say I don't like don't keep it and say that no, maybe he will not be like that next time. He's going to change. No, tell him now. So if you get married and your partner is somebody who eats and leaves the plate, from that day one, make him to understand that no, I'm not going to be doing this always for you to eat and you leave your plate for me to remove. I'm not a house help or what. Make him to understand that moment. Don't keep it and wait till when it has gone like 3 months into the in when you guys are living together and you start, oh, I don't like me this your habit that you leave the plate there. When you do like that, they'll start telling you that oh, marriage has even changed you. Yeah. I don't know. Bessie, are you still there? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I think it's more also of the fact that we as African men and as black women we feel we can do it all. I feel wash pikin, who call dry clean house, who call wash pan, finish for
May
day.
the Lord bless you.
Mama,
Amen.
who call iron clothes for one day and then who call read book. You still have to do lesson. You still have to do this. You're doing your you're doing and I think my main problem is that marriage within our society is not a partnership, right? When it's friends, we have friends that will last years, and if we do our marriages like that, I think they will last. That's my own observation. Yeah, I think they will
That's
last.
true.
So somebody is about to eat.
Okay. And can I just add to what Madhu has said? I'm sorry, when my son wakes up from sleep, he cries. So that's why I'm just out of the camera to just try to pamper him. One thing
Okay.
he said, and sometimes it's not the men's problem, you see, it's us, the women. You know, the man is willing to help you, but you say, oh no, leave it, babes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll dry clean, I'll do this. And at the end of the day, when he gets comfortable with that fact that you want to always do it, he will stop
Doing
attempting doing this
You
thing,
stop
and then
trying.
it becomes problematic because first they were willing to help, they've been asking, you denied all the time, you back your child. The child is on your back, you are cooking, you are sweeping, launder, all of it, you're doing it together. So sometimes we need to let these men they help us, especially when they want to help us. Let's just let them help us with what they want to do for us. Don't always do I can do it all on my own. It's okay. Let them help you when you're willing. When they want to help you, just let them do it. I think it's very necessary. Yes, that's what I would say.
Okay. I want to just take this opportunity to thank everyone who has been here from the start, those just joining, Beyonce BBTV, everything we gave. I want to thank Gifty, Ebika, Karin Favor, who again? Vena's Beauty, and those who are watching without commenting. Thank you guys so much. We also have a live stream on Wednesday with Bessy Grey. We would love to have you guys there if you can come over. If you are not yet subscribed to our channels and you like our content, do well to subscribe. And thank you so much, Marge.
Okay,
You
I'm
really
going.
started this discussion. All right, I'll see you
Bye.
guys in the
I'll
next
drop.
video.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. I'm
Bye.
sorry for leaving briefly. It's well gone past time. We've exceeded about 30 minutes into the program, but I've got to go.
All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
My
bye.
alarms are ringing, so I need to attend to them now. Bye.
Mine too is hitting the door already. Bye.
Bye.
Eliora, bien.